Good evening. Welcome to the Littleton High School's 36th Annual Academic Awards. My name is Jason Brammer, a junior here at Littleton High School and a member of the National Honor Society. I would like to welcome the Superintendent Nihilus, school board members, administrations, faculty, staff, parents, family members, and most of all, students. The students here tonight are being recognized for their outstanding achievements in the LHS community. The awards that these students will be receiving are a direct reflection of their determination to succeed academically, despite having other responsibilities including commitments to work, sports, and family. As Henry David once said, what you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving your goal. Each student has a place at this ceremony tonight because they set a goal for success, and because of the effort and perseverance they were willing to show in order to make that goal a reality. So congratulations on being honored here tonight, and I hope you enjoy the ceremony.
Would you all please rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We start each morning with a Pledge of Allegiance, but would you please continue to stand as the chorus brings a little bit of music to our evening with a Star-Spangled Banner. Thank you. You have beautiful voices. Just want to cheer after that, like a ball game. So I'd like to just start briefly with the vision of a graduate. This, your community believes, is the foundation for your success. We believe, and this is our vision, we created it very much in a collaborative way. We believe in empowering our Crusader community members to think critically and problem solve, to become the person they aspire to be, to achieve what they want to achieve, and to live lives as compassionate members of their community. Through inclusive collaboration, clear communication, and ingenuity, staff, students, and parents will develop relationships which will support the building of a strong foundation for our students' lives. So that's been the foundation of much of what we've done this year. And it's been a long-standing practice that we invite alumni to share their journey to success in life at every academic award ceremony. Let's say we place them in the alumni spotlight. This evening, I've asked a graduate of the class in 1998 to join us with the goal of encouraging our students and sharing her success story with us. After graduating LHS and attending Revere University, she has spent 15 years working with Littleton's youth, initially a special education teacher in our high school and later the Littleton Academy. She has grown into her role as Lakeway's principal, furthering her influence on our community. She is a strong partner in leading our community's school improvement efforts. Please join me in welcoming Crystal Blaisdell Martin.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you, Jen. Welcome, families, friends, students, teachers, and thank you for having me here to offer my congratulations on your academic achievements. Each of you is here tonight because of your hard work and efforts in the classroom. You'll be recognized tonight because you have stood out above the rest in your respective academic areas. This is not something that you should take too lightly. You have made the decision that academics are important, and this speaks volumes to everyone that is here celebrating you tonight. It seems like a lifetime ago that I walked these halls as a student, much like yourselves. Actually, it was 20 years ago this year. I know there are some people here tonight that I had as teachers, coaches, or administrators that probably can't believe it's been that long, but that's how fast life goes by. More importantly, though, what that means for you is that you can work hard and be from a small town and still accomplish big things. Mrs. Carbonneau and Mr. Fillion are two perfect examples of that. Every student has the same great opportunity to excel, and those of you here tonight receiving awards have taken advantage of it. You should be proud of yourselves and use tonight's recognition as motivation to continue to strive for academic excellence. I'm sure that you have all heard the phrase, big fish in a little pond, as it's often used when talking about smaller communities. Right on the heels of that phrase is usually a more cautionary, little fish in a big pond. I've never been sure why people use this phrase to describe students leaving high school, but I hear it often. What I would say to each of you earning academic honors tonight is to be your own fish and pick your own pond. You've already proven that you can accomplish big things or you wouldn't be here tonight. Challenge the notion that because you come from a smaller school, that you can't defy the odds. Keep working hard, keep putting in a full effort, and never be afraid to think outside the box. I wish you each the best of luck as you continue on in your academic careers. Find the pond that's right for you and always swim upstream. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Joe DePalma, and I'm a junior here at LHS and a National Honor Society member. I'd like to thank you all for coming tonight and showing your support for our award recipients. Congratulations to all the students who are receiving awards tonight. You have demonstrated a desire to succeed academically, and the recognition during the ceremony is a reflection of your hard work. For many of these awards, students have put in extra time at home, studying or doing more than is expected to better themselves. On top of all of this, they also juggle extracurricular activities such as National Honor Society, sports, student council, pep band, class office, and CTC groups. People often refer to the students being honored here tonight as lucky to be bestowed with the gift of intelligence. But these people couldn't be more wrong. Intelligence isn't given. It is earned, not by standing idly, treading the waters of mediocrity, but by striving to do better, to raise the bar just a bit higher, to reach for excellence. The young men and women here tonight don't wait for opportunity to come to them, but they actively seek it. Their quest for intelligence is unyielding, their ambition driving them towards their lofty goals, their hopeful vision for the future, no matter what obstacles might lie in their paths. I believe the famous author Ayn Rand put it best. People create their own questions because they're afraid to look straight. All you have to do is look straight and see the road. And when you see it, don't sit looking at it. Walk. Thank you all, and congratulations.
This is comical. My name is Lori Spencer. I am the business teacher here, and I'm here to award the accounting student, and that would be Joe De Palma. That's why I tried to tell him to stay. Sorry, Joe, those long legs thing. Let's just say it's been such a pleasure to have Joe in class this year. He's a really hard worker. He multitasks really well. That's because we're first. We don't know the right rules. You know, accounting is a really different field, but he is great with math, but he also really understands the concepts that we're doing and the rules of the work. And I'm happy to say I think he's going to take accounting 2 next year, which would be really great. So, and he's completing the class with a 98 average, so what better could there be? Well done, Joe. Thank you.
Other side? Should I go the other side?
I got coached earlier about this. I was supposed to do certain things. I'm supposed to do something with the folder that involves the podium. A lot of pressure here. I was asked to give an academic superiority award to an Auto 2 student, and this young man, fantastic young man, fantastic attitude. He has been in the automotive technology program for 2 years, and I don't think I've seen anything but a smile on his face the whole time. Fantastic grades, fantastic attitude, and we're going to send him home with a new gift. Lucas Bray. That's a metric and standard gear wrench set from Napa Auto Parts. Oh, stand right there. I also was asked to give an academic superiority award for Auto 1. This young man's going on to the University of New Hampshire, and very conscious of his grades, very conscious of the work he did in the shop. I think he took auto mechanics as on a lark, and he did a fantastic job for me. And that's Stephen Cody.
Dan's a tough act to follow. Anyways, folks, I used to have a student years ago, and she used to show up early to class every day, just run right in, work, do whatever project she could get her hands on, and that student turned out she built her own house when she got older. And she also has a business related to the construction industry. So the student tonight for construction trades, Angel Lefebvre, and I don't think she's here. Oh, she is here. So congratulations, Angel. So Angel has the skills that in the future, the attitude, that she'll be able to do these things someday. And we were talking, come up here. We were talking this morning of, what was the year like? And I just want to quickly list some things that she did. I mean, she built a floor. She decked the floor. She built the wall. She put in a door. She built a drop ceiling. And this is all doing this with the guys. And she is the only female in the class. And she keeps right up with everybody, or surpasses a good bunch of them. She built 2 bookshelves, a wooden box. She did some flooring. She put together a light fixture and a switch. She did some roofing. She did a little concrete work. She did some shingling. What did I mix? Jewelry box? We don't want a jewelry box. And it went on and on. So it was a very busy year, and she's leaving with some very good skills. So that is, I think this is all about attitude and willing to learn and willing to work hard. So, we got some. This for you. And do we need to hold this with a picture? Thank you very much.
It's okay, I never have high water pants. I'm here to do the Business Award, and this person's going to be surprised because I had a conversation with her today. I'm not sure where she's right up front. And she goes, I don't know what I'm getting. I don't do well in anything. So the Business Award's going to Hannah Marquis. So let me tell you a little bit about Hannah. Hannah's a year 1 student, and she did not want to come to my class. Mr. Shea kind of pushed her, made her look at a couple of different classes. And so she didn't, Hannah would never do anything unwillingly. She's a good worker and that kind of stuff, but she didn't really want to take my class, and you still want to go into cosmetology, right? So I don't feel she wasted her time at all, because I think a lot of what we've learned this year, at some point, maybe she's going to want to own her own business, and I think everything she's learned will go to place. But her average is a 96, so you can't complain about that. She's done very well. So congratulations.
Good evening. I'm pleased to present the Community Service Award tonight. The Community Service Award will be awarded to a senior student who has enthusiastically volunteered for community service projects, goes above and beyond the 50-hour requirement, generally cares about his or her community, and has consistently volunteered over the middle school and high school years. This year, the award is presented to Ben Bartlett, who has over 900 hours at the Boys and Girls Club from 7th through 12th grade. There you go. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Carl Anderson. I'm a computer science teacher. Today's award I'm giving out is the Computer Technology and Repair Award to a student who can master the following: hardware and software diagnostics for desktop and laptop computers, OS installations, hardware replacement, troubleshooting of viruses and malware, network management, design, troubleshooting, plus router and switch configuration. Also effective communication skills or soft skills to be mastered, plus budget management. All these skills required of students to excel in college as well as in the workforce. But some of the things I have observed of this next student is set him ahead of the rest, okay, with his exceptional work ethic. The student performed exceptionally well with his internship as IT support for North Country Community Health Consortium. At his age, that's quite an accomplishment. I also witnessed his leadership and helpfulness in the classroom. If ever I had a problem and I needed to put someone on it, Ben was the first one I always went to. And he always took care of it very well. So today I'd like to pay acknowledgement to Ben Bartlett one more time. Very good. Thanks.
Each year we present 2 awards for health science technologies, one for clinical excellence and one for academic excellence. For the first time ever, Mrs. O'Hara and I are proud to announce that our health science technology award for both clinical and academic excellence goes to a student today who clearly earned it while enrolled in our program. With this award and a small gift comes a $1,000 scholarship from Littleton Regional Hospital. And I'd like to talk a little bit about her. She has maintained an A throughout her 2 years in the program. She's demonstrated high level of professionalism while working in the clinical setting and displayed the traits of a well-rounded and empathetic healthcare provider. She always kept the team motivated and moving in a forward direction, and did so with a fantastic sense of humor. She's handled setbacks and demonstrated flexibility when adaptability was needed. She's consistently maintained a high level of medical ethics by working in difficult situations and always keeping her focus on the objectives and never losing sight of the people that she cared for. She's consistently represented both the school and the program in a manner consistent with the intention of these awards. Please help us to enthusiastically recognize the clinical and academic excellence of Allie Millen.
I'm back. Before I give this award, I'd just like to say I had 26 students out there in the internship program this year, and they were excellent. They all did a super job. So it's really hard to pick one, but the criteria I'm going to talk about right now, this student certainly fits into it. The internship award is presented to a senior student who has been punctual with attendance and documents all her internship logs, responsive to new learning opportunities, a willingness to capitalize and extend their internship experience for future benefits. This year, the award is presented to Susan Aubin, whose internship placement was at Profile High School with an interest in a teaching career.
welcome everyone. We're the English Language Arts Department. It's Kristen Lay, my colleague, my esteemed colleague. And this year, the recipient for our acknowledgement goes to a student I first had as a freshman in her freshman year. Ms. Martin had mentioned earlier tonight how time passes quickly, and it certainly does. I remember this little unit in the classroom the first day she was there. Great attitude, terrific smile, hard worker, careful with the research, pays attention to the rules of grammar. I will look back through the records today. I was just curious. She never, I think she had 4 classes with me, and she never went below a 98 average, which is a tribute to her hard work. She has a great sense of humor, as I mentioned. Her junior year, she got off the funniest line in British literature that has gone down in history in the classroom. So that said, warm welcome and acknowledgement for Chillin' Allie Millen. Congratulations.
Good evening. The Mathematics Award is reserved for a student that excels in mathematics and has an appreciation for the beauty and power of mathematics. And in the past, it has always gone to someone who has gone through every course that we have here, and this year is no different. But this year's recipient, the first time I met them, they said they absolutely love math, and I thought, that's like saying you love ice cream. Everybody loves math. So, and he went on to back up that statement, though, and took every math course we had and did very well in every one of them. So it is with honor that this year that the math department presents this award to Mr. Ben Sweeney.
I'm usually the 7th inning stretch, so you can stretch if you like. All right, well, first up, Mr. Neufer, our new phys ed and athletic director. He and I chose the 2 recipients of this award. It's a superiority award in physical education. Let me just read what we have here. So the Physical Education Superiority Award is given to a Littleton High School student who has consistently demonstrated above average physical ability, qualities of positive leadership, and a proper attitude toward their personal fitness and well-being. Consideration for this award is not limited to actions of physical education, fitness, or wellness classes, but may be included in physical participation and health-related activities outside the classroom. And I would say that both recipients, male and female, have this definition in mind here. Steadfast or steadfastness. It's a resolutely or dutifully firm and unwavering, and loyal as a synonym, or committed or devoted. And I want to introduce Michaela DeMarco. Please come up. I don't want you to go anywhere yet, but you're going to get this here for a moment. So Mr. Newfer wrote this precisely for you. She has a positive influence on her peers in PE class. She demonstrates sportsmanship on a daily basis. She leads by example through hard work, persistence, and courage. She's not afraid to try new activities, and she's a fierce competitor with a kind and caring heart. She's good at setting and reaching goals and improving her personal fitness, all with a smile on her face. When playing floorball, though, she consistently dominates everyone. So congratulations to Michaela. And the male award is pretty right on with the definition of steadfastness. So I'm going to have Marcos Silveira come on up. I'm going to read this anyways, because you know Marcos is quite shy. Do not let the outer wrappings of this one called Marcos fool you. He's a tricksy and deceptive young man. If one were to judge his abilities based on the appearance, one would be presumptuous. As to say that Marcos is unassuming, that is, a person who's modest or humble, meek, reserved, perhaps even bashful, might be an understatement. But oh no, he's relatively a modern-day Superman, able to leap tall buildings with a single bound. And I figured, well, that might be a stretch, but nonetheless. Marcos is relentless in his application of energy during class. He produces a high frequency of skill and has an internal motor to back up these energy sessions. This kid has a motor too. And what a surprise, huh? On top of that, he has the mentality of a disciplined Marine sergeant. His determination to do things right and to make things right outweighs everything else. Ask his friends just how loyal he is. How about steadfastness on the job? He managed our varsity field hockey team to an extreme, keeping score, the clock, and even the visitor's scorebook too. We were exceedingly fortunate to have him fulfill that role for us this fall. And all of it done meticulously. So if you would, one more round of applause for Marcos. Thank you.
Good evening. Each year, the high school science teachers sit down in preparation for tonight's event to discuss the student whom we feel is most deserving of the Superiority Award for Science. The criteria for this award includes looking at the science courses that students have taken throughout their high school career, their achievement in those courses, and their plan to pursue a science field or career in college or after high school. Each of these things can easily and quickly be found on a transcript or on a resume. What cannot be found on these documents, however, and that is as important to determining superior students, are such things as perseverance and passion. Perseverance in everything and passion for science. As any of the students or parents who have heard me speak enough times can tell you, one of my frequent quotes is one from Winston Churchill: never, never, never give up. Not only does the simplicity of this statement resonate with me, but also its truth and consideration of the students here with us tonight. The students being honored tonight are here really for only one reason: because they didn't give up. Whether in their academic, athletic, or extracurricular pursuits, they didn't let up and they didn't quit. And the awards they receive tonight, along with the many others they will undoubtedly earn in their promising futures, is and will be as a direct result of their desire and their determination to persevere. True superiority in science requires much perseverance. The superior student is interested enough to learn the material and passionate enough to continue learning about it beyond the end of the class period, even when their questions haven't been asked before, even when the answers aren't simple, and even when the solutions don't even exist yet. The two individuals whom the science department has chosen as our award recipients tonight are both members of my anatomy and physiology class this year. As these young women and their classmates can attest, this course requires considerable determination and resiliency. Both of these young women have consistently demonstrated the interest, the passion, and the perseverance needed to succeed throughout their high school careers and to shine throughout their science careers. We expect each of these young women to continue on the rigorous and rewarding pathways they have each set for themselves, and we are proud that these pathways began here with us. The LHS Science Department would like to present this year's Superiority Awards in Science to Ms. Riley Clark and Ms. Allie Millen.
Good evening. This is my 8th year here in Littleton, and I was fortunate enough to move over to the high school this year. And so a lot of the students that I taught as 8th graders, I get another chance to teach them again in high school, which has been which has been really great. So the Social Studies Award honors a student that consistently displays high academic standards, is engaged in the educational process of our school community, has earned 1 or more social studies credits beyond school requirements, and is self-motivated. This year's award recipient is a New Hampshire Scholar candidate and is involved with Student Council in the National Honor Society, demonstrating a commitment to community service and academic achievement. Over the last 4 years, the student has taken courses which demonstrate a clear vision and plan for their post-secondary life. In addition to required courses including world and U.S. history, government and economics, this student took sociology and has demonstrated great self-motivation by taking advantage of our school's online programs to complete courses focused on law, security services, and criminal justice. Furthermore, during this student's senior year, they completed an internship with the Littleton Police Department. In all cases, this student achieved high marks for their work. It is my belief that this student has taken measures to develop a comprehensive understanding of culture, procedure, and history that will serve them well as a future member of the law enforcement community. It is for these reasons that I am pleased to present this year's Social Studies Award to Brody Edward Fillion.
I didn't study. We'll figure it out. So I'm Nathan Reed, first year teaching, and I wanted to say before I read my cheat sheet here, I've learned as much from my students as they've hopefully learned from me, so thank you. onto my speech. I'm here to present the award for my graphic design class. Graphic design is a visual communications class. It focuses on using principles of design, Gestalt theory, and also modern technologies to convey an idea or message to an audience. The first half of my class, the first half of the year, focused on fundamentals of design, applying them in hands-on, computer-free projects. The second semester then focused on learning industry standard software and applying those techniques in the digital space. Also during the year, I stressed the importance of soft skills, teamwork, professionalism, attitude, and dedication. While there were many students who were successful this year, there was one student who stood out. The student consistently excelled. A consistently high standard of work, consistent attendance, consistently meeting project deadlines, and consistently conducting themselves in a professional manner with maturity and decorum. Coming from the web and graphic design industry, I would not have hesitated to hire this gentleman. And this student is Christian DeMorris.
Good evening and welcome. My name is Melissa Jones, and I'm here to present the Superiority Award in the Visual Arts. And we had many students this year who excelled and created some really beautiful pieces. Specifically, though, there were two students that really rose to the top, and they stood out due to their self-discipline, their willingness to investigate and research, impressively plan their art projects to figure out how to visually express their ideas, continuously practice and improve their technical skills, engage in their artwork outside of class time, and also use very high standards for craftsmanship. The first student that I would like to recognize tonight spent her class time working very, very quietly, very focused, would always ask questions as needed, and also welcome feedback as well, not just from me, but from her peers, and always gave beyond 100%. And I'm very proud to present this award to Sofia Mendez Sanchez. You're welcome. The second student that I am delighted to recognize tonight approached me at the very beginning of the school year, and she wanted to do an independent study, and she wanted to create a portfolio that specifically focused in areas that she felt technically she needed to improve. She has inspired students in her class and outside of her class, students that come in the art room or see her work up in the hallway. She's experimented with different artistic processes. And not only does she have the technical skills, she works extremely hard to really show and pair them with artistic vision. And I am very pleased to present this award to Marie Delphine. Thank you very much.
Bonsoir. It says Mrs. Charles Denny. Bit of an error there. So tonight I'm actually going to present the French Award and the ESL Award. I'm going to go ahead and start with the ESL Award. This student is an excellent student with a great work ethic. She's constantly striving to be the best she can be, whether with English, geometry, biology, whatever class she's in, she has grit. Her English has done nothing but improve, and although she is moving on from ESL, which in and of itself is a testament to her ability as a student, she will always push hard and work hard, whatever endeavor she undertakes. So congratulations to Annie Hernandez. We actually don't have an award yet. A glitch, I guess my name caused something, I don't know. But congratulations. So the next student is one of the best French students that I've ever encountered in teaching, and that includes college, one of the best students, period. She's constantly pushing herself to learn the language, and she's always the first to respond and also question when something doesn't quite make sense to her. She's inquisitive and a leader. Her drive is contagious, and other students in the class seek to do more as a result of her presence and grit. So congratulations on an excellent year, Naomi Nunes. Also, I found Annie's award, so yeah, we got it. Sweet. Félicitations.
I am Mr. Brent Dedamore. This year's recipient for the Spanish Award has been a strong Spanish student since the first day of Spanish for this year. I was always impressed with her vocabulary retention from her previous years. She works hard on all of her assignments and always comes to class prepared. She comes to me outside of class and asks questions to be the best student that she can be and produce her best work. I have been pleased with her improving Spanish skills this year and only wish I could keep working with her in years to come. It is my pleasure to give Alexis Spark this year's Spanish Award.
This time, Connie and I are together. This is the Yearbook Award. And I'm really pleased to present this to Emily Dane. So I want Emily to come up. Oh, Bibbitt's telling me to go.
Oh.
We run, Connie and I, Mrs. Ward and I, Mrs. Ward handles all the financial stuff. She takes the kids out and to sell ads and do all that kind of stuff. So she's a really important piece because I don't like doing that. I don't like doing that at all. But Emily, I like to say that every yearbook advisor needs a right-hand man. And Emily has been my right-hand gal this year. Anytime I needed something, she was that missing piece that would fill in and do what I needed. She'd pick up the ball that somebody else dropped. You've just done anything I needed you to do. And I want you to know how much I appreciate that, because the yearbook can be a little on the stressful side sometimes. You took the time to design and lay out pages. You volunteered to take pictures. You went numerous times with Mrs. Ward down onto Main Street to sell ads. You also did calls and follow-up calls in her office. There were 108 pages in our yearbook that the kids will get next week. And I think if you counted all the pages that you had your hands in on, I don't have any doubt that it's well over half of the pages, if not more. So you should be very proud of your work. I am thankful of your work. And I will just say that if anybody hasn't bought a yearbook, there's plenty to buy. They're $50. And thank you very much, Emily, for everything. Yeah, thank you so much.
New Hampshire Youth in Government is a program that is 75 years old this year. And what happens is the state is obviously split up into counties, and we actually have mock meetings per county, and there's certain seats that are available for all the students in the state. Depending on what county you are, you either have the Department of Agriculture, you have a Senate seat, you have a Supreme Court judge. It was important to Mr. Tilton and myself to carry on the work of Pierre Lafitte, who ran this program for a number of years. When you go to the State House and you have your big meetings, he obviously had left an effect on the people down there. There are awards that are given out for Statesmanship Award that are in his name. And there are actually, when we had speech from some of the alumni, actually there were alumni that were very important people down in Washington that actually were graduates of Littleton High School who had youth in government back in the 70s and in the 80s, and they are empires of industry now. Mr. Tilton and I, when we took over this program, we had to learn youth in government. Mr. Tilton is an expert in building trades, and I'm an expert in automotive. And it was important to us that this program did not die. Mr. Tilton is, secretly enough, he was in the House of Representatives at the time. Not at the time, at one point in time, sure. And since Mr. Tilton did not want to be alone, I became his buddy, and I learned about youth in government. And I learned what I know about youth in government mostly through this young man, who fortunately we had to help steer us through the youth in government process. He knew about bill writing. He knew about what seats were available. He knew about which seats you had to be down there for the extra day and have the extra training. He knew about the seats that you'd have to give a big speech for, which was very important to some people. They didn't want to have to give the big speech. It was very impressive for the students that we took down to the State House. We filled the House of Representatives, we filled the Senate, we filled the Supreme Court, and to see juniors and seniors who were in the governor's chambers talking about bills. We watched students the guards weren't real impressed when Mr. Tilton and I showed up at the Supreme Court unannounced, but the Supreme Court justices were in the chambers of the actual Supreme Court justices of the state of New Hampshire arguing the constitutionality of bills that were presented by students. These aren't just mock bills. These bills actually are handed over to the Senate and the House of Representatives, and a lot of bills that we see that are passed into law today have come from those student bills that were written. We saw a number of bills on some controversial issues that were brought up, and it was very impressive to see some of these students. I have to say it definitely made Mr. Tilton and my job half as hard as it needed to be. Half as hard as it needed to be. He made our job 50% easier. And he trained us to be youth and government advisors, if that makes any sense. And this young man, we hope to see some more food blogs that he will be doing. They're a very important part of his life. And anyway, a lot of respect to Joe DePalma. I hope this says Joe in it.
Yeah.
Joe DePalma the fourth.
So real quick, Joe, if you don't know, does a food Instagram? Or Snapchat. So everybody gets, anytime we go out.
We had to learn what a Instagram Snapchat was.
Yeah, but we're getting it. So he was kind of a leader in that, so we thought it would be appropriate to get him a gift certificate to a restaurant.
Mr. Fillion and I are here to award the American Citizenship Award. This award honors any student in high school shown by their works and actions that they possess the qualities and characteristics we hope to instill in all our students. Some of the criteria include participating in school and community service, positive attitude towards classmates, school, and community, displaying an understanding and appreciation of civic responsibility, possessing strength of character and the courage to do what is right, to promote citizenship with their school and community through other activities. The award goes to Joseph DePalma IV.
Good evening. Oh, you're quite tall, Mrs. Carbonell. Okay. Since the start of the John Philip Sousa Award in 1954, thousands of U.S. high schools have presented this band award to only one of their most outstanding band students. This award recognizes those musicians displaying superior musicianship, leadership, dependability, loyalty, cooperation, and other qualities of conduct which school instrumental music programs strive to impart. The Sousa Award is the top nationwide prize in the school concert band field. The student receiving this award, I don't believe has any idea. He has performed in the North Country Music Festival for 2 years, pep band, marched in the community parades. He is a natural leader within the brass section and is extremely talented. He has a keen eye for organization and repairing brass instruments. And if you have seen him, he's walking around drinking Moxie, leaving the music room with multiple brass instruments that he doesn't tell me about right away. And you can usually hear him coming from a mile away because he's whistling down the hall. It has been a pleasure to work with this student for for these past 4 years. This year's award goes to Aiden Hastings. He also doesn't like attention, so I know. I'm so sorry. I could have brought your trumpet. Next time. I did see Austin here. I don't know where he is, but hey. I have 2 more awards to give out. They are both for the National Choral Award. This award goes to the highest honor for high school performers in the chorus. It recognizes the dedication and musical achievement of the top choral students. This year I have 2 students who they have also performed in the North Country Music Festival and have been in the high school chorus for the past few years. They have beautiful voices, they have grown as vocalists, and they sang tonight for the national anthem. They've been a pleasure to work with. They don't steal any of my instruments, and they don't leave hundreds of Moxie cans in my room. This year's awards go to Amy Dauphiny and Sophia Skidmore.
The National School Development Council is a network of regional school study councils like NASDAQ that support excellence, equity, and continuous educational improvement. The NSDC network assists hundreds of schools and school districts nationwide to become high-performance organizations. This award is presented to high school seniors who have consistently pursued a high level of academic effort and who have also served as positive role models for the student body. Recipients of this award exemplify admirable character and accomplishment. This year's award goes to the following students: Emily Dane and Benjamin Sweeney. These 2 seniors are the top 2 in the class this year.
Two words in my job title are guide and counsel. As we've learned tonight from Mrs. Spencer, sometimes it's just to push. The St. Michael's College Book Award. For academic superiority in St. Michael's scholarship and service is given to Fallon Russell. For the male, it is given to Tyler Morrow. The St. Michael's College Book Award for Academic Achievement with a Social Conscience recognizes outstanding students who demonstrate a strong commitment to volunteerism and leadership in their communities. The college was founded by the Society of St. Edmund, which holds a special commitment to serving others and creating impactful communities as an extension of the Catholic faith. Today, the Book Award represents just one way in which St. Michael's College strives to fulfill its mission to better the human condition by honoring those who demonstrate the true spirit of volunteerism. The Book Award recipients must be inductees of the National Honor Society or an equivalent honors organization sponsored by the school. Additionally, students must demonstrate concern for social justice issues and a sincere commitment to service through opportunities in high school or community organizations. Tonight's recipients will receive First They Killed My Father, A Daughter of Cambodia Remembers by Loang Ung, an acclaimed author and alumna of St. Michael's College. A gripping and moving memoir, First They Killed My Father, recounts the courageous survival of a Cambodian family and the development of Ung's commitment for a landmine-free world. Loang Ung's life as a survivor and justice advocate truly reflects the necessity of social conscience in today's world. Tonight's recipients may be considered also as scholarships to St. Michael's, ranging in amounts of $5,000 towards full tuition contingent on acceptance to the college. I'm proud to announce that the two of them are Fallon Russell and Tyler Morrow. Hold on one second. Tyler. Fallon. The Harvard Club of New Hampshire. The prize book is awarded to a student or students in the incoming senior class who combine excellence in scholarship, high character, and achievement in other fields. Students are selected by the school's administration, and this year's winner is incoming senior Kylie Williams.
So Mr. Fillion and I are going to be doing the President's Education Excellence Awards from the President. Congratulations on being selected as a 2018 President's Education Award recipient. The President's Education Awards program was founded in 1983. Every year since then, the program has provided our nation's elementary, middle, and high schools with the opportunity to recognize graduating students who meet high standards of academic excellence and those who have given their best effort, often overcoming obstacles to their learning. I am honored to join the President, your community, and your school in recognizing you with the 2018 award. The gold, Stephen Cote. Emily Dane. Sheridan Garno. Darcy Horn. Zachary LaHoot. Benjamin Sweeney. Thank you, guys. And the silver, Jacob Allayer. Benjamin Bartlett. Hope Grimard. Abigail Morse. Kaylee Santo. And Derek Walker. These students scored proficient on all areas of their SATs. Nice job.
These next awards are the Principals Awards and go to students who have received an A average for 3 consecutive quarters. The class of 2021, Landon Bromley. Hannah Brown. Brenton Cleaves. Christian Demores. And Riley Johnson. For the class of 2020, Jasmine Brown. Jenna Doucette. Naomi Nunez. For the class of 2019, Sofia Mendez Sanchez. Nicole Piet. Kylie Williams. I thought the smart kids sat in the front. And for this year's senior class, Emily Dane. Zachary Lahoot. And Benjamin Sweeney.
So when you're new at things, sometimes you forget. There's principal awards for those freshmen and sophomores. I'll hand them out after. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. So one of my favorite things to do is just get in front of a group of strangers and speak on stuff. So now really it does bring me great pleasure to be a part of this ceremony. So on behalf of all Marines, I salute you on a job well done. The purpose of me being here is to recognize certain students who went above and beyond their peers in areas of musical excellence and scholastic excellence as well. So the Semper Fidelis Music Award is sponsored by the United States Marine Corps Youth Foundation, a nonprofit organization established to provide incentive for achievement in the nation's schools. The foundation has provided an award for musical excellence for student musicians throughout this country. This year's recipient is Ethan Belanger. Now, the next award I'm going to give out is the Scholastic Excellence Award. It is designed to recognize noteworthy academic achievement and leadership in high school students. Nominees are outstanding youth citizens and role models for their peers. Recipients need not necessarily need to be a straight A student, but students have shown the greatest degree in improvement over the past semester or year. I don't know if you'll recognize these names, but they are Emily Dane, and Benjamin Sweeney. All right, so before I sit down, I'd like to actually call out and recognize the people who have served in our armed forces. So if you would please stand at this time. And lastly, the individual students who are actually going to be serving when they graduate high school. Please stand. Thank you very much.
Good evening, and now certainly want to congratulate all the recipients this evening. I'm here to present the Career and Technical Education Student of the Year. We present this every year, but sometimes it's offered to a out-of-district student. So both Littleton students and out-of-district students, which there are about a little over 100 who attend our programs here, are eligible for this award. And I say we choose this recipient, we meaning it's really a faculty choice. I asked the faculty at the CTC to recommend students who they feel have done above and beyond really in their programs. To be eligible, you have to be a completer, which means you've really spent 2 years in a program. 4 semesters, and you've been a concentrator. You finished that program. This young man actually exceeded that. He was up here earlier this evening when he received the an award for Auto 1 and Auto 2 actually. So he's been involved in auto for a period of time, but as well. He is also a completer in Fire Science 1 and EMS. So that's outstanding. And I think having discussions with the faculty, what really set him aside from other peers, which are so many great students, really is his employability skills, his college and career readiness. Some people refer them as soft skills. He collaborates really well. He's a team player, positive attitude consistently, really strong work ethic. He listens and uses feedback to improve consistently. He sets goals, follows through. Really no job is too small for him. And this is, I think, is a very important one. He keeps the team moving forward. This year's recipient for CTC Student of the Year is Lucas Bray.
This was my first year at the high school and also as student council advisor. And I found myself with many challenges, many ropes to learn. I had been involved with middle school student council, but high school student council is a whole different bag of tricks and is really the driving force between a lot of the traditions that we have here in Littleton. And not being native to Littleton, it took learning those traditions and some of the inner workings behind them. So I was struggling to, do I just recognize the officers? And went back and forth, and I settled on I want to recognize the whole student council, because at some point along the way this year, they've all been valuable assets in not only driving those traditions that we have as a school community, but also helping me out with, oh, by the way, we have to do this by then. And so it's been, they've done a real phenomenal job in driving those traditions and also helping me. So student council members are guided by the principles of leadership, service, voice, and engagement. These principles drive our collective efforts and decision-making in our endeavor to become stronger leaders, strengthen our community, be the voice of the student body, and promote an inclusive and equitable culture here at Littleton High School. This year, the LHS Student Council demonstrated leadership in their management of school-wide fundraising, service in their support of events such as the Great School Cleanup, voice in their use of surveys to inform their planning of school-wide events, and engagement in realizing their ideas for events such as a reimagined Winter Carnival and the upcoming Spring Fling. For these reasons, it is my pleasure to recognize the 2017-18 members of the Littleton High School Student Council. So if you could please step forward. Ninth grade representative, Hannah Brown. Ninth grade representative, Brenton Cleaves. Ninth grade representative, Cole Hadlock. And ninth grade representative, Taylor Nelson. And on to the 10th grade. 10th grade representative, Tori Fulham. 10th grade representative, Austin Hastings. And 10th grade representative, Naomi Nunez. On to 11th grade. 11th grade representative Tyler Lee. 11th grade representative Alexis Sparks. And 11th grade representative Victoria Thompson, who was she had a kind of a unique position. She was our liaison to the drama club, which was interesting. She came up with that all herself, but she was our ace in the hole there. And also our 11th grade representative, Brandon Wyman. All right, and our 12th grade representatives who are moving on to bigger and better things and have a long history in student council, have seen several advisors. We have 12th grade representative Brody Fillion, 12th grade representative Jillian Horner, and 12th grade representative Zach LaHoo. And last but certainly not least, my officers this year. And every year we elect new officers, but we always know who to go to mentor those new officers. And moving forward, they'll be valuable in terms of being able to give advice and help the new officers that will be coming on board next year along the way. So my treasurer, Jason Brammer. My secretary, Nicole Piet. My vice president, Madison DeCoste. And my president, Caitlin Horner. Whatever order they're in. Caitlin, thank you very much. You don't want a photo bomb? No. Madison? Ladies first. Yeah. And thank you very much for it. Thank you to all of you. Appreciate it.
Tonight we have the privilege of bestowing upon our senior members of the National Honor Society their graduation stoles. These stoles will serve as a public display of the 2-year commitment of these members as members of the White Mountain chapter of the National Honor Society, an organization founded upon the principles of scholarship, leadership, character, and service. During this past school year, our NHS members have worked to better our school and our community through such events as the Feed My Starving Children Mobile Pack event, the Veterans Day celebration, Thanksgiving and Christmas visits to the Senior Center, our winter benefit dinner and Candygram sales fundraising, 2 Red Cross blood drives, Teacher Appreciation Week, the Littleton Rotary Club auction, and the upcoming Literacy Day. Mrs. Carbonneau will now be presenting the stoles to our National Honor Society members. President Susan Aubin. Vice President Riley Clark. Secretary Jillian Horner. Treasurer Emily Dane. Public Relations Officer Katrine Dexter. Brody Fillion. Zachary Lahoot. Abigail Morse. Sophia Skidmore. And Benjamin Sweeney. Please join me in welcoming and congratulating these NHS seniors on a 2-year journey.
I would like to thank all of the students for their commitment to their learning. Sometimes it's easier to fade into the shadows, and that is not my wish for you. You need to shine as you have here tonight. Teachers, thank you for recognizing the strength in each of your students and working with them when they face challenges. To the families, the continual support you provide your child has helped lay a strong foundation for their future. Thank you. Many thanks to members of the National Honor Society, our choral students, our student volunteers who helped set up, Stephen Cote for his music at the start. And we can't forget our superheroes, our custodians. It's a lot of work, setting up and taking down. Special recognition needs to go to Mrs. Haney. She has the touch to sparkle the room. Thank you, Bibbit. Now, please join us for ice cream and refreshments, and have a good evening, everyone. Thank you.